All right, so I want to call out some issues. And I guess people are not going to like me for this, but like, I want to call out some issues that I see in the spiritual community, the psychedelic community, right? And like, I don't have anyone in mind. Like, it's not like I'm thinking about a specific person. It's just because I really don't have anyone in mind. It's the whole thing. Because I've been doing this for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. And because I don't get many views on my videos, I don't have much followers, people assume, they make assumptions. People make assumptions based on how many followers you have, not on the actual results you have from the thing you've been doing. Because that's one of the things I really want to talk about, is the fact that people are so quick to judge others but not look in the mirror. Like, people make assumptions about others but never make assumptions about themselves, or they always have the wrong assumption about others, so they usually have the wrong assumption about themselves. So it's like, one issue I see is, and I'm just using me as an example, and like, as a philosopher, I'm not just a spiritual dude, but like, I tend to use me as an example, but I'm not ever hurt or like whatever when I talk about how like they said I can't be a modern shaman, or they would say I trip too much. It's never like an angry thing. Like, I'm never like, I have no animosity or like towards others. Even personal people I know who have told me to my face that I trip too much, or that I'm gonna lose my mind, or whatever, they don't understand, so I never really took their word seriously. But I also understood that by them focusing on how much I trip, that's no focus on themselves. Meaning, the more you're worried about how someone else trips, the less you will have your own trips. Like, I've built my own connection with the psychedelics and Mother Ayahuasca and this whole thing. And I used to say that, and people would say to me, you did not build this relationship with Mother Ayahuasca. You did not. And it's like, well, I actually did. But by them focusing on me, they lost the opportunity to build their own relationship with Mother Ayahuasca. Like, by them judging others, they have destroyed themselves. By them judging someone else's spiritual path, they have then destroyed their own spiritual path. Like, this is the issue I see. It's not just in the spiritual community. This is like a human problem of like, humans are so quick to comment on what they see when they don't know what they see. Like, so quick to judge something that they don't understand. Like, they say you do these things too much because they started out using psychedelics in a party, while I started out shamanically with a spiritual intention. So it's like, but you don't know that. They don't know that. And I don't owe them an explanation. Like, so it's this something, I guess this issue in the spiritual psychedelic community is the fact that I learned this from the streets. To mind your fucking business. Like, no disrespect, but like, I mind my business. I don't give a shit what drugs you do. I don't give a shit how much you trip. I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, it's not my business. And if it brings you results, fuck yeah. If it fucks up your life, well, you shouldn't have been doing what you're doing. It's still not my business to tell you what you're doing is wrong or not wrong, because I don't know you. I'm not connected to you. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, if it's someone you're truly connected to, like my child, of course I'm going to tell my child, no, you're doing this too much, or you're doing that too much, but like, it reminds me of backseat parenting. I mean, backseat driving. People try to backseat drive. They try to backseat parent, meaning like you got people online giving parenting advice that have never raised children. You got people who have never truly walked a spiritual journey trying to tell someone who has what they're doing wrong. Like, backseat spiritual advisory. Like I could become a real spiritual advisor. Like, but yet I wouldn't have became who I became if I listened to anyone who was telling me I was doing something too much, or I was doing this wrong, or I shouldn't use that plant, or I can't be this, or I can't be that. And it's like, you need to make sure that you are following your own soul. That is the point of a spiritual journey. To follow your spirit and to take your spirit, your soul on your journey. Not my journey, not their journey, your journey. And it's like, of course, if you were forced to walk my journey exactly, it would be too much. Just like if I was forced to walk your journey, it wouldn't be enough for me. Like, yeah. Like, you need to focus on your own growth, your own thing, your own family. Like, I'm becoming a better man for the people I love. Not to be seen. That's why I don't care about the views. I became me for me and the people I love. And if people benefit from watching the fact that I documented it, that's great. If they don't, why would that affect me at all? I still have my own spiritual growth. I'm on my real spiritual journey. It has always been a real journey that I was just documenting, living real life, not making content. That's a huge problem I see in the spiritual psychedelic community. People started making content instead of walking a real life journey to get real life results for the people around them. Fuck the content, fuck the money. Your loved ones don't need your money. They can get money if, like, I could send them money if I got rich, right? What they need is you. Something I thought about a long time ago. You know, my daughter doesn't need a rich, thugged out father. Like, but that was just me and my spiritual, personal journey. But then someone else would say, you know, you're a parent, so you shouldn't be using psychedelics, or you shouldn't. But that's like me telling people, well, you're a parent, so you shouldn't drink alcohol, ever. Because at least the substances I have done have helped me learn how to love my child better, learn how to connect better, learn how to be a more spiritual, connected family. Has alcohol done that for any family? No, but it's not my business to tell someone they shouldn't drink. It's not even my business to think about it. Because if I was thinking about how you drink, that takes away from my family, from my shit. Like, don't get so caught up on what you see that you forget that you are living your own life and it's going to pass you by. Don't get so whatever about the fact that I say, hey, I'm a shaman and I've used psychedelics over 2,000-3,000 times and I've used over 50 plants and I've done DMT 800 times, and I start naming these numbers and all this shit and whatever, and they're like, oh my god, that's too much, you know, like. And it's like, then some people that don't say it's too much, or say, oh, now here he is bragging or whatever. It's like, no, I'm speaking my truth. I don't give a fuck about bragging because I don't give a fuck about being seen. I care about my own spiritual journey. And people would say that's selfish, but bro, if you're not selfish, like I'm so confused, bro, because that's another problem in the spiritual community. You were born alone, and you want me to think, like, I was born alone, and you want me to think about you my whole life? You want me to cater to you my whole life? No, I'm going to cater to my own spiritual journey. Like, as you should too. And my family and the people that need me. Like, and that required me to be a little bit selfish when it comes to how I live, to how I spend my time, to what journey, like what I'm doing and who I'm listening to. And I only listen to people that matter. Like, the people that were telling me things that I knew, I'm like, bro, it would take me about an hour to explain to you the journey I've been on, why I'm doing it, who I am, and all this other shit. And I don't owe anyone an explanation, so I would just tell people, Thanks for your advice, but I'm just gonna continue tripping the way I trip. I'm gonna continue living the way I live, because I know what I'm doing for myself. Like, the psychedelic spiritual community needs to get back to community. But first, we need to get to working on ourselves so then we can actually build a community with our real selves. Not ourselves that are saying to others that, hey, you're doing it wrong because you're not doing it like me, or you're like... We need to evolve past that shit and become ourselves so then we can build a real community together. A real thing. Something real. But first, you have to work on yourself to get real results. The point is not the content. The point is, who are you becoming from the journey you're walking? Like, if you're on a spiritual journey, it's about a journey of becoming, of going back home, of coming back to self, of going back to soul, of going back to source, of going back to nature, of going back to family, of going back to what we fucking are. Like, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah.